You had no phone as well, nothing for 8 days.
No phone, no face wash, no weed, no windows. And I just thought that was so fake and fraudulent because it's unnecessary.
Did someone hook up?
Ooh.
While
Every day felt like a month in there. It was insanity. I've never been through anything harder. And I'm like,
let me just unfollow him very quickly because I feel like I really...
he was hating.
What's like money-wise? How do you get through casting? Have you ever watched the Squid Game challenge? So, if you did, please keep watching this video. If you didn't, there's gonna be a lot of spoilers, so you can keep watching this video because I am not alone here. I'm here with the one and only, what's your name?
Dashkatz, aka Player 141, baby.
And I always ask people this question, and I know I kind of see the answer. You kind of gave it away with baby, but are you gay?
I identify as queer and non-binary.
Okay, so what's your pronouns?
I like they, them the best, but like if you call me he, that's fine too.
Okay, they, them is the best. Do you think that being queer helped you in a casting? Did you talk about it in your casting video or something, or no?
I mean, I would say being yourself helps, you know? So for me and my journey, because I am queer, I do think that helped because they really want people that are gonna be themselves. And that's something I got a lot was like, were you hyping it up for the cameras? And it's like, no, I'm just someone who feels really deeply and I have the courage and strength to actually express myself authentically. So yes, I really am that extra.
If you can tell in just a couple of words, what was your story like for the casting videos? Did you say, hi, I'm Dash, they, them, queer, I was like, you know, going through my life. What was the story?
I basically always say you got to start out your video with branding yourself as what they would cast you as. So I said, I'm the ginger spice that you've been missing. I'm Dashkatz, a Jersey queer from, something like that, okay? With a lot of spice, okay? And just like brand yourself from the get-go. That's what I did. Tell them what I bring to the show right off the bat.
Okay, so when you got in the show, how was your gaydar, queerdar? Did you notice a lot of like queer, gay, lesbian people? Did you see them right away? Did they catch or like no?
Yes, I would say that we had a lot of LGBT representation. For me, my instinct is always like queer unity. I like to protect other minorities. But if you come for me first, I'll definitely come 10 times harder back. And that's exactly what you saw. You just didn't see them come for me first.
Got it. But you saw the queer people right away.
Yeah, there was queers everywhere up in the Squid Game, baby.
We made it. Okay. Did you feel like being queer, like, did you guys got your own team a little bit behind the scenes? Because they didn't really show it. Like, did it unite you feel a little bit or no? Or there were like some queer people who would come in after each other because like, oh, I don't like you, or, you know?
Well, that's something I've noticed, and like it's sad because like a lot of the hate I've gotten is within the LGBTQ plus community, which makes me really sad because it's like we already have so much of the world against us. We really need to uplift and support each other. But when it came to the other players, some of them were like Sam, I want to shout out Sam, iconic 016. He really like went out of his way to be like, you are seen, you are here, and you're going to inspire people just by being yourself. Whereas some of the other queers were giving very much wall up, I want to be the it girl gay. And so definitely felt a wall up with some of the gays, but some of the gays were giving like, you're my family, you're my sibling. So it's very interesting how that dynamic, I would say.
Did someone hook up?
Ooh.
While they were there? Or you have no idea, did you witness or you did not witness? Like how many actual days you were there and did something happen?
So I was there 8 days out of 14, but I'm not kidding, it felt like 8 months. Every day felt like a month in there. It was insanity. I've never been through anything harder, and I'm like a diva. So like just imagine me in the Squid Game. You see what happened. Like I lost it. And as far as hooking up, all the condoms were used for our lips because our lips were so dry and crusty with no windows and that many people. The lips was really a struggle. But there was a showmance that was unaired between two gorgeous players. Their names are Joy and Alex. I believe their numbers are 217 and 427. I don't know. I'm probably getting the numbers wrong, but I posted it on Twitter, and they were a gorgeous couple, and there was definitely showmance potential there, but they both got eliminated in the cookie, sadly. So you guys were really robbed of that because they are gorgeous. But I honestly have never been less horny in my life than I was in the Squid Game because I was so stressed, you know?
So you didn't care, like...
I was not worried about that. I was trying to survive, okay? That was the last thing on my mind.
Were there some people who looked at the cuddle stuff or like queer people and you felt like there was some homophobia or like who came after you because you're queer or like you're gay? If there was like, if you can give some kind of story behind it, and you can grab the mic because I feel like you have a lot to say.
Let's just say from certain people, I definitely felt hater energy, whether that is their unpacked internalized homophobia or not, that is for them to figure out. But I definitely, the guy who, took me out of the game, he was definitely giving hater from day one. I do not believe for a second the reason that he took me out was because I voted Cheney. It's because I had him pressed for existing from day one. And whether that's about my queerness or not, I don't know. That's honestly none of my business. That's for him to unpack. But I can spot a hating asshole from a mile away, and baby, he was hating.
So there was one per person.
I don't want to say it was homophobic because I don't know, but he was definitely giving hater. And, when you shine bright and you're not afraid to be your best self and show the world like all of your colors, which honestly, I've been through so much in my life, I'm going to be myself. If I'm upset, I'm going to be upset. I'm not going to hide who I am. And when you shine bright like that and aren't afraid to show your colors, not everyone can handle it. So baby, go get some shades if you can't handle my light. That's what I got to say.
Let me just unfollow him very quickly because I feel like I really,
so real.
I feel like I really unfollow him. I don't even remember his name. The people who kicked you out and you did this iconic like they're in alliance, they're here. So did you guys also feel like there was a tension between you? Did you know that they're gonna kick you out? Like, was there tension that they didn't show between you and those specific people? Also, they all got eliminated. So.
My karma, my impact, my karma. We love it. We love it. Don't mess with a witch, okay? Because I got the voodoo, as Judy J would say. Yes. So what you guys didn't see, and I get it because it's a reality show with 456 people, and they can't show everything, and they gotta cut it down. So I don't blame Netflix. I'm grateful for the opportunity. It did change my life, and I got to live out my dream. I've wanted to compete in one of these social strategy shows my whole life. We already know the person who took me out was giving full hater from the beginning, but what you didn't see was I was actually really close with 176 and 179. I had actively helped them in the game. 176 almost picked up the phone. I pulled him away from the phone. I even shared my the clue that Figgy shared with me. Figgy's one of my best friends. Shout out to 033. We stand Figgy. I shared the clue that she shared with me with them because I thought they were my friends. Had to get taken out of the story, I guess, was we were all supposed to be on the same tug of war team. And right before 176 tells me, oh, some of these people don't want you on the team. Even though we had all just been like planning, hyping each other up. And I basically found out that Cheney and Jesse had lied to my face and they didn't want me on the team, but they were acting like they did. And I just thought that was so fake and fraudulent because it's unnecessary. It's just mean because you're like setting me up to be embarrassed and you're gonna kick me off. They were planning to kick me off the team in the white room. And so I was kind of like, I appreciated 176 telling me this, but he wouldn't tell me who. So then I'm like paranoid as hell. And then eventually they admit to me that, yeah, we lied to your face. And they basically thought I was weak. And baby, I'm a strong ass bitch. I am queer. I've been through a lot in my life. So I felt very underestimated in that moment. And honestly hurt that my own friends who I had helped lied to me like this. And then to make matters worse, I heard two of them laughing behind my back about kicking me off the team. Ooh, it was so shady. So that was really, really hurtful. And I want to make it clear, TJ did none of this. And I did call him out too because I did feel burned by him and I knew he was in that 4. But now I look at it differently.
TJ's the tall guy?
Yeah.
But he was not that smart. He was, May was hating on him and he gave her...
I know,
he gave her 20. TJ's sweetheart. A little less patriotic stuff and let's a little more brave.
But I do have love for TJ and I don't...
I think he's adorable. I was just so sad for him, like how May like literally like talks bad stuff.
My
about
played him.
yeah, like she was like, and he's like, Mom, I promise you. It was like, TJ, come on.
So basically, it was kind of like, okay, y'all want to do me dirty and then kick me out. My biggest hater / fan is gonna kick me out and take my dream away from me. I'm not going out without swinging, and y'all all did me dirty. So yeah, I'm exposing your alliance on the way out.
You said that you mentioned that you had a lot of backlash from LGBTQ community when the game ended. Why? I don't see like what's the reason like why.
Exactly. It's really weird to me because it's like even if you just take it based on the edit, which they had to obviously shrink the story down. There's so many people. All I did was play the game. You know, I lied to somebody. Why would I tell someone I voted them to their face? That would be terrible gameplay. And yes, I did tell my allies I had voted the way I did because I trusted them and we were all on the same page and we were trying to figure out how we could have saved Lorenzo because they were all best friends with Lorenzo. And I was saying we all needed to vote.
Lorenzo wasn't given to me.
It's very weird to me because like I feel like half the people are like, yes, you ate, you're an icon, and then half the people are like, you're a liar, you're a snake. I'm like, baby, this is a game and I'm playing to win. Like it's very weird, but a lot of my hate has been either from homophobic, like a lot of homophobic hate, or you're a liar, or from other queer people. And I just think that's so sad. It's like, I had a very traumatic coming out. I've been through a lot as a queer person, as a non-binary person. I get discriminated against all the time by people not in the community. So to have hate from my own community, it's just giving Miserella energy and it's giving jealous. It's
So
like,
basically, they just say you're a liar and stuff. Like,
well, from the queer people, it's mostly like, you're annoying, you're extra. It's like, baby, yeah, it's like, you want me to be smaller?
Like internalized homophobia.
Yes, it's like, go unpack that in therapy because you should be
It's not really like constructive.
It's not. You should be uplifting your sisters. I'm on the #1 show on Netflix right now. I'm proud of that, okay? I've been through a lot to get to this point, and you should be uplifting your siblings. Like, I'm here representing, and yes, I know that I lied on the show, and I don't regret it. I would do it again, baby, because it's a game. So to have that hate from my own community is really sad, and it's just giving jealous and Miserella, and maybe start uplifting your siblings like I uplift y'all.
Like I uplift Dash. You know what I mean? So like,
and this is my sister. Like I love you.
But that's the point. Like when you see queer or gay or like whoever, that's like I was like, that's a win for the gays. That's a win for the gays because it's not that many. Even though Squid Game looked like there was a lot of queer people, like we all made it through.
Can I say one thing more about that? And it's like, you didn't get to see my backstory, and you didn't get to see me being mistreated, which led to me exposing these people's games. But what you did see is that I'm funny as hell, and I'm entertaining. So give me some flowers where they're due, okay? You didn't get to see the whole picture of me, but what you did see, I still gave. So, give me some flowers. Stop hating. It's really ugly.
Thoughts on top 3?
I love the top 3. All of them were nothing but kind to me. I am very impressed with all of their games. They all played very under the radar. While I was in the competition, I would say Sam played the most social out of the 3. And watching their gameplay unfold as a viewer, I was just gagged. But I am Team Sam. Because Sam, when I was mistreated, Sam stood up for me. He was a true ally within the community. That's the kind of queer representation we need.
You had no phone as well, nothing for 8 days.
No phone, no face wash, no weed, no windows.
Okay, no alcohol, nothing.
Nothing.
And if you give one advice to people how to get on a show, this show or like another show you're gonna try to get, what's like one advice? How do you get through casting? How do you already said in the beginning you want to show your brand and like what you bring to the table. How did you come up with this and like how do you get to the show?
I would say my top, everyone says just be yourself, but you got to figure out like what your brand is, what your archetype is, and say that right away. Like, I am the bad bitch from Jersey. Like, you got to say what you are and what you would be cast as. That would be #1. And #2, if you are an artist like I am, like if I had led with being an actor, an audiobook narrator, a model, my chances of getting cast go down because they really don't like to cast artists on reality TV, because then people think it's scripted, which it's not, at least not our show. So I also nanny on the side. So I led with being a nanny because it just makes you more castable. So I would definitely give that advice to any artists out there who want to go on reality TV.
Don't tell you're an artist, basically.
You can say it, but
Can
like,
you say you're like TikTok, or they also don't like TikTok?
Like,
There was
it
this.
depends on the
There was
show.
this guy who's TikToker with the mullet.
I love him.
Yeah.
That's a king.
He was pretty nice. I'm so sad that he got off. Like, you know.
He's an angel. I love Steven. That's a king.
So.
Everybody's thirsting for him.
Yeah. We're not gonna talk about it. All right. So.
Yeah, I would say it depends on the show, but if it's like a competition show for the most part, like maybe like The Circle, then you could lead with being an influencer. But I would say pick whichever like freelancer, pick the job that's gonna be the most, castable, I would say.
All right, guys. If you have any questions to the Dash, he lives very, very nearby, and he works as nanny. That's something we didn't unpack it. Please let me know in comments, and maybe I'll try to get him through his very, very hard schedule. I think we got a lot of insight. All right.
Also, I want to say, like, no matter, I know I revealed a lot of tea in this interview, but don't send anybody hate. Like, the abuse that our castmates have gone through, I want to specifically say Felicia Ashley, like, it's disgusting. All we were doing, all three of us, because those are two of my best friends, like, we were playing the game to win. And it's a game, and we brought entertainment. So give love. And if you don't like me, you don't like any of the people I talked about, like, that's okay. But don't go and message them and spread hate. Like, spread love to the players that you do support instead. Let's try and spread less toxicity and more love. Love conquers all, as my shirt says. And I know I gave a lot of tea, but that doesn't mean send hate. It really doesn't. Just channel that hate into love for the players that you do support.
All right. Anyways, please follow Dash. They're gonna be back. They live next to me, and spread the kindness. Everything we say, there's a lot of humor and satire in this interview, so don't take it super to your heart.
Yeah.
And comedy, just be a little more sarcastic, and it doesn't mean that we are super against some people. You know what I mean? So thank you so much for watching.
I send everybody love, even the people that did me dirty. I wish you peace. I wish you love, and thank you for having me. This was
Thank
so fun.
you.
Love you.